Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a full face of dupes. So I'm going to be sharing with you some drugstore slash affordable dupes for some of my favorite high-end makeup and skincare. So I'm pumped. I love these videos. I love watching them. I love being able to dig through my makeup and find really great affordable options for you guys. And I haven't done one of these in a while, so I knew it was time, especially because I have so many favorites, drugstore and high-end. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy. Please feel free to leave me your dupes down below in the comments so we can all help each other out, because come on, who doesn't love saving money? And I'm all about dupes. I'm all about it. Give this video a thumbs up if you want me to keep doing videos like this, and that is all. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to grab a snack and let's get started. Okay, so if you guys know me, you know that I always like to start off with my brows first. And by the way, I'm gonna be doing the drugstore stuff on my right side, which is gonna be your left, and then the high-end stuff on the left side, which is gonna be your right. So starting off with the high-end brow pencil, I have the Benefit Ultimate Fine Brow Defining Pencil. I have this one in number 5. And then for the dupe, honestly, this is the same exact thing, just different brand. This is the Wet n Wild Micro Brow Pencil. Both of these give me the same exact effect on my brows. So they both come with a spoolie, which I love, and they both have a super fine tip, so it makes it super easy to outline or fill in your brows. Two other ones that I really love, again, same exact thing, just different brands. LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil is amazing, and then also the Covergirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. I wanted to give you guys a couple different options just in case maybe you can't get one or the other. These are awesome and they're all under $10. So what I like to do is pretty much just outline my brows and just kind of follow along with the natural shape, and then I will go in and fill them in with a pomade, of course. I just ran out of the Wet n Wild one. I really love this one. I believe mine's in the shade medium brown. It doesn't have a name. I'm gonna just fill in the top of the brow with the LA Girl one. By the way, don't mind my red nose. I think I went a little too ham with the pore strips yesterday, and then also a little bit on my chin. Don't mind the redness. Okay, so now for pomade, I have the Benefit Cream Gel Brow. This one is also in number 5. The dupe that I have is from Covergirl. I love this brow pomade. These are also the same exact thing. The packaging is very similar. You get a nice little convenient brush in here, which is really nice for traveling. On an everyday basis, I don't use this brush. It just really depends on the type of makeup look that I'm doing and if I'm in a rush or not. But today I'm gonna just stick to regular eyebrow brushes. But these are amazing. The colors might be a little different. Like the Covergirl one is a little bit darker than the one from Benefit, but regardless, I'm gonna make it work. So on the drugstore side, I'm gonna be using an LA Girl 207 angled brush. And then on the other side, for the high-end side, I'm gonna use a Sephora angled liner brush with a spoolie on the end as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my brows and prime my lids, and then we'll move into eyeshadow. And you guys are gonna die when you see the eyeshadow too. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the brows might not look exactly the same, but eyebrows are supposed to be sisters, not twins. Now for eyeshadow, one of my favorite high-end eyeshadow palettes is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I love everything about this palette. I love the inside, I love the outside, I love the formula, I love the colors. It's amazing. It's a really great formula, and I love the versatility of the different shades in here. And when I saw this palette, I actually got this in PR in my P.O. box. This is the Color Around the World palette. The outside looks slightly different. So you open it up and the colors are exact. And I was like, oh my God, this literally looks like the exact same palette. Now, I knew that there are people who are 50-50 with stuff like this because this is like pretty much copying the brand. I'm 50-50 with it too, because I'm all about finding a really good dupe and a good alternative and saving money. You know, I'm a consumer too, I get it. Not everybody wants to spend $50 on an eyeshadow palette. I totally understand. But I know how hard brands work to create their products. So I'm sure it does suck to see other brands blatantly copy the exact same thing. I mean, they didn't even switch up any of the colors. Like, they're literally the same exact everything. But at the same time, this isn't really new news. There's a lot of brands I know from like Shop Hush that do this with Anastasia palettes, Huda Beauty, and at the end of the day, I mean, it sucks. I know for some people they don't like that, but I mean, it just happens. So yeah, it's not really new news, but I wanted to mention this palette anyway because I have used it before and it is actually a really good palette. The Urban Decay one is slightly different in the sense where the colors are a little bit more brighter. They're a little bit easier to blend, but I mean, for this palette, for this price, it is actually really nice. So if you are looking for an exact exact Urban Decay dupe. That one is really nice, and I believe you can get that on Amazon. Now, if you don't like to buy makeup that is a straight up copy, but you want something similar, the Sultry palette from Profusion is amazing, and Profusion shadows in general are absolutely incredible. I've used several palettes. I've done several tutorials with their palettes on my channel, and they are just great. So you can get Profusion online, Target, Walmart, even Marshall's at TJ Maxx, so check them out. So today I wanted to use the Color Around the World palette though, because I want to make the look as similar as possible. So I already primed my lids and everything as I mentioned, so let's jump into it. I'm going to start off with that soft brown color, and I'm going to be applying that right in my crease. And then in the Urban Decay palette, I'm going to take the shade Riff. I don't remember how much this palette is, but I know it's from Amazon. A few of you guys actually sent it to me, like the link, and then it's weird because I was thinking about getting it because I've been wanting to do a dupes video for a while, and then it was sent to my P.O. box, and I was like, oh my gosh, what are the odds? Okay, then I'm going to be taking that bright orange color, which in the Urban Decay palette, it is called Baja, and I'm going to take that same brush. I'm going to just buff that right in my crease. And I'm using different brushes on each eye, of course. So I've played with almost every shadow in this Color Around the World palette. But I really want to use the teal today, as I have yet to play with the greens and the blues in here. And I know that I've done a teal look before on my channel using the Urban Decay Born to Run, but whatever. It's a new year, and we're gonna use it again. I'm gonna take the teal, which in the Urban Decay, that one is called Big Sky. I have two Anastasia number 18 brushes. These are my favorite, and I'm gonna just pack those on all over the lid. So I'm dipping in, and I'm also gonna spray my brush. Oh, that's pretty. All right, now Urban Decay side. I'm gonna do the same exact thing, spray it, and then apply it. I feel like the one from Urban Decay now is a little bit more of a darker teal, whereas this one's a little bit brighter. This one seems actually a little bit frostier than the Urban Decay side. I'm gonna take, because I wanna make them as similar as possible, so I'm gonna take the Urban Decay color and I'm gonna just apply some more with my finger to see if maybe that helps with making it look a little bit more like this eye. I'm gonna add a little bit of brown because this is one of my favorite colors in the palette, and it's called Punk. Very rich, it's very just delicious. I'm just gonna apply my e.l.f. eye tapes like always, because I'm gonna do some winged liner. These are my favorite. I talk about them in like every single makeup tutorial, so I will link them down below. You can get them online or in stores, like anywhere where they sell e.l.f. They're like $2, and they're just the best for winged liner, or just for making your shadow really precise on the edges, and they're super gentle. I literally talk about them in every single tutorial because they're that amazing. Alrighty, for liner, I have the Urban Decay Perversion Waterproof Fine Point Eye Pen. I usually don't love eye pens, but these I really like because they're super easy to apply. For the drugstore side, I have the CoverGirl Fine Line Long Lasting Fine Tip Liquid Liner. And I like this one so much because it is so black and it's so matte. So let's start off with the drugstore side. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the fallout. I'm gonna pop on some falsies. I don't know which ones I'm gonna use, but I will come back and let you guys know, or I'll leave them down below in the description box. And then we'll move into the fun part, which is the skin. So I will be right back. All right, lashes are on. I am wearing Scandal lashes in the style Walk of Shame. To be honest, I don't really buy a lot of higher end lashes. Like once in a while, I'll buy some like Lily Lashes or Huda Beauty. I just don't have any at the moment. Also, I wanted to mention I did end up just adding the teal shade all over top of the brown color. I really wanted the teal to be the main focus, and while I was letting my lash glue dry, I was like, you know what? I don't really want the brown right here. I want the teal to be all across the lid. So I just literally added it right over top of the brown on each side. So now we can jump into the skin, which I'm so excited for. So some of these dupes I feel like are spot on. Like the eyeshadows are a little like, okay, a little different, but with the face products, a lot of these are so similar that it's literally ridiculous. For the primer today, I'm gonna start off with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. You guys already know the dupe. The e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, I did a whole video on this, and these primers are absolutely amazing, and the e.l.f. one totally blew me off my seat. Literally, the first time I used it, I was like, holy cow, this is amazing. It makes my makeup last longer, helps with my oil on my forehead, and it fills in my pores, so it is just an amazing primer. So I like to apply a generous amount. You don't have to do this much, just do whatever you like for your skin, but I do a lot. This is just what works for me. I feel like the more that I use, the better it looks. And don't mind my skin, it is not doing the greatest right now. I don't know what's up with it, but it's not doing so hot. Now, primer water. I feel like I cannot not use primer water anymore. I mean, it depends on how my skin's doing, but I would say probably 90% of the time I usually always use some sort of primer water underneath makeup. It makes a huge difference, at least for me and my skin. One of my all-time favorites, I've repurchased this so many times, it's this Smashbox Photo Finish primer water. This is all that I have left. I've used so many bottles of this. This is a great primer water. I love it before or after makeup just to refresh. So a dupe that I have found that I have been also obsessing over are these Wet n Wild Photo Focus 3-in-1 primer waters. I've tried every single one, the rose, the cucumber, and the coconut, and the rose is by far my favorite. So I am gonna go ahead and just spritz my face. So refreshing. Now for foundation, I'm actually really excited about this dupe because these are two of my all-time favorite foundations. So I have here the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Mine's in number 6. And then for the dupe, I have the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. Whew, this is very beautiful. The first time that I used this, and the more that I used it, I was like, wow, this is stunning. It's been like one of my go-to foundations. They give you just this really beautiful, like natural luminosity. It's not like dewy and it's not matte. It's just very natural, very healthy. I'm gonna start with the L'Oreal one, and the sponge that I'm using is actually from Dollar General, believe it or not. It's a dupe for the black beauty blender. On the other side, I'm gonna use the black one. It just looks so good. Like I don't know what else to say about the foundation. I've been talking about it for the past 2 months, ever since I first discovered it, and I don't know what else to say other than the fact that it is incredible. And the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk is also really great too. The shade might be slightly different, a little dark. There's no glitter in any of these foundations. As you can see, they're just so pretty. Like I can't really tell a difference, to be honest, when I apply them. So high-end side, drugstore side. Living. Okay, now for concealer, I have the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. Mine is in the shade Biscotti. And then for the dupe, I have the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. So for the L'Oreal one, I like to mix 2 shades. I'm gonna start off with the shade 365, Cashew, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade 360, Cashmere, just for a little bit of brightness. Other side is Jouer. Both have really great coverage. Since I added a little extra concealer underneath this eye, I'm gonna go back in with the Jouer. I'm just gonna add a little extra as well, just a little bit. Okay, now for powder, I have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder, and I have mine in the shade Banana Bread. The dupe that I have is from Collab. This is their Set the Stage Soft Focus Translucent Finishing Powder. If you guys watch me, you know that this is my favorite powder, actually the one with the black cap. Now, I get so many questions regarding what's the difference, which one do you like more? I like both of them the same. I'm in the shade Porcelain Ivory in the black one. one, and I love this one so much. I usually will get away with wearing that honestly throughout the entire year, whether I'm tan or whether I'm a little bit lighter. But the white cap one is a universal one. This one is the just regular translucent one. So this one has a slight yellow tint to it. It's nothing crazy, but both of the collab powders are the same. They're amazing, no flashback, they're super smooth, and that's all I have to say. They're great. I always like to set with my sponge. I love the way that the Huda Beauty one smells. It has like a fragrance to it, and I love it. I know that this side's a little bit lighter, but I'm gonna set my makeup with some pressed powder, and I'm just gonna make it work, and we're gonna bronze and everything, so don't worry. I'm gonna set the rest of my face. I don't do this all the time, but if I really want my makeup to last a little bit longer, or if I'm gonna wear it for a longer period of time, I will set it just to really lock everything even more into place. So I have here the MAC Studio Fix powder. This one is in C30, and then I have the LA Girl Pro Face HD powder, and mine is in Creamy Natural. Both of these set my makeup, but they add a little extra coverage. I'm gonna use this powder brush. This one is actually from Equate. It's a powder brush from Walmart. And I'm gonna really pack the powder on. And then on the other side, I have this e.l.f. 101 brush, and I'm gonna pack the MAC powder on. Okay, let's add some color back to this face, especially on this side. I need some color. So I have a really, really awesome dupe. I'm excited about this. So I have the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer, and this one is in Tantastic. At first I really liked this, but then I'm like, you know what? I probably wouldn't repurchase. So this is just, it's a nice bronzer, I will admit, but I'm like, this is the same exact thing. This is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder, and this one is in Suntan 03. I find that this color is very, very similar to the one from Marc Jacobs. The formulas are very soft, they're not muddy, and they're really, really beautiful. And the Milani bronzer comes in 2 other shades as well, if maybe this is a little too dark for you, just a little FYI. So I am gonna bronze my skin on this side, and I'm gonna use this brush from Forever 21. Just gives you the perfect wash of color. This bronzer for me is like up there with Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And then on the other side, I'm gonna use a Wet n Wild brush. I don't know if this is still available. It's their P53 brush. I have a little like scab right here, like I said, from I think the pore strips from yesterday, so it might look a little odd, but yeah, don't mind that. Now for blush, I have this Jouer Adore Blush Duo. So the shades are Adore Me and Hold Me. The dupe that I have is the Broadway Colors Powder Cheek Palette Kit. I actually got this at Dollar General. Love this brand, Broadway Colors. You'd be surprised. They actually have some really awesome products. So the colors obviously are not identical, but looking at them side by side, you can see that they have like that similar color scheme going on, which I think is so, so beautiful, especially when you're doing a more dramatic look and you want a blush that's just gonna look very natural. These are it. So I am gonna basically mix the blushes. So I'm gonna mix the 2 Jouer ones, and I'm gonna mix the 3 colors over here in the Broadway Colors one. I have a clean stippling brush from Amazon. A lot of the brushes that I'm using all come in the same kit, by the way. Just gonna apply that right to the apples of the cheeks. And then on the other side, I'm using a duo fiber brush from Sigma. This one's the F50. Now for highlighter, I have the Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive, one of my favorite highlighter shades from Ofra. It's a really, really blinding formula, which I am all about. A dupe that I have recently found that I'm in love with is from e.l.f. This is their highlight in 24 karat gold. All right, so I'm gonna use my Duke hair highlighting brush from Amazon. And once again, this will be linked down below. This is a $5 brush dupe for the Anastasia number 23 highlighting brush. And then I'm going to use the A23 brush from Anastasia on the other side. Both of the colors also are similar and formulas on both of these. They're like just very wet and very kind of like a champagne-y color. Okay, now we are jumping back into the lower lashes and we're gonna finish these up. So I'm going to pretty much use the warm crease colors in here on the lower lashes. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this color, a little bit of this color, and I'm gonna just apply those right under there. I'm gonna use a flat definer brush. This one's from Sigma. I wish I had two of these. I'm gonna have to order one because I love this brush. So this is the E15. I'm gonna use it on one eye, wipe it, and then use the other eye because, like I said, I don't have another brush like this. I'm gonna take the light shade in this palette right here, and I'm gonna be applying that in the inner corner and brow bone highlight. And that color in the palette is called Breakaway in the Urban Decay palette. Okay, for mascara, I have the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and then for a dupe, I have here the Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension Mascara. Essence mascaras in general are one of my favorites at the drugstore. They are such a great formula. They don't clump, they don't flake. They're just great. So I'm gonna be using, of course, these on the lower lashes, and that pretty much completes the eye look. Okay, now for lips, of course I'm gonna do a nude lip color. So I'm gonna start off with the Bite Beauty lip pencil. This one's in 036. Bite Beauty is one of my favorite high-end brands when it comes to lip colors. It is amazing. And then for the dupe, I have the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner, and I have the shade Bear. I also feel like the shade Sugar and Spice is also very similar to 036. The formulas on these are amazing. I don't really love wooden lip pencils, but this is one of my favorite formulas because it is so creamy, it doesn't break, and it's just really nice because it's easy to apply. So okay, so 036 is a little more like on the brown pinky side, so I'm going to take a little bit of Sugar and Spice to kind of make it look as similar as possible. And these are so creamy that you can fill in your actual lips with them as well, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, now for lips, I have the Dose of Colors Gloss in Can You Not. This is a really nice formula. I actually love Dose of Colors lip products. This is a little bit thicker than the one I'm about to show you though. So the dupes that I have are from Wet n Wild. These are their High Shine lipsticks. Now, these are not as goopy as the Dose of Colors ones, so you can layer these as much as possible and they're not gonna be like too overwhelming on the lips, whereas Dose of Colors, one swipe is all you need. If not, it's gonna get really, really goopy and like just very sticky on your lips. So for the Wet n Wild one, when you mix the shade Send Nudes and Caught You Naked, I feel like you get a very similar color to the Dose of Colors one. It's just like a really beautiful nude. So I'm going to start with the shade Caught You Bare Naked. I'm going to add a little bit of Send Nudes. Finally, to go ahead and set my makeup and really lock it into place, I have here the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. This is a really good setting spray, I think, if you have oily skin. I do really love it, but something that I feel like gives me such a similar effect, and I always go back to it, is the Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go 2-in-1 Primer and Setting Spray. So you could use both of these before or after your makeup. Okay guys, so this is the completed dupes video and the final look. What do you guys think? I know that there are some slight differences as far as like colors, like with the lip color. The powder on my drugstore side looks a little bit lighter and just more bright. But in general, a lot of these products are almost spot on if it wasn't for the color. The formulas, the way that they wear, the longevity of them. I've tried every single one of these products multiple times and they last a very long time on my skin. They look beautiful in pictures and they are just stunning. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful if you're looking into trying out some of these new makeup products. I also wanted to shout out 2 skincare products that definitely deserve an honorable mention. So first I have here the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I actually don't like this product. It irritates my skin and it makes it itch like crazy. I was so disappointed in this because this was so expensive. At first I thought this was just a setting spray to like make you super glowy and dewy after your makeup, but it's actually a skincare product. But regardless, I don't like it. It just irritates my skin. A dupe that I have is the Pixi Makeup Fixing Mist. This is beautiful. It makes my skin so glowy. I've actually been using this as part of my skincare routine, but I also really like it to set my makeup sometimes if I wanted to just be really glowy and pretty. It smells really good too, and I just love Pixi. Their skincare is one of my favorite brands. And then for makeup remover, I wanted to mention also the Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. I got this in my BoxyCharm and I've been obsessed with it ever since. Such a great makeup remover. But recently I discovered the Physicians Formula 3-in-1 Melting Cleansing Balm, and this is a spot on dupe. It does the same exact thing, feels the same exact way, it doesn't irritate my eyes or my face, and it just removes my makeup so beautifully. Literally, I just take the balm, apply it all over my face, rinse my face, and then everything just melts away. So I wanted to mention those products because they are amazing and they have been a part of my skincare. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave me your dupes down below in the comments. I'm really curious to see what you guys are loving and what you guys have dupes for, whether it's makeup or skincare. Let me know. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for everything. I love you all and I'll see you soon. Bye.